today I'm going to talk about how to apply to Busan National University, which is PNU. So I think that their homepage is very informative about admissions and to take a look through. So you can actually just click on admissions and it will bring you to the overview. So for myself, I applied under undergraduate. So there's actually two semesters that you can apply to, the spring semester and the fall semester. I'm currently enrolled under the spring semester, so I actually applied last year, and the curriculum, the semester actually starts in March. So for now, the fall semester is actually going to start soon, so you can actually apply soon as well. So this is like the kind of like the schedule, the timetable for both semesters. So for the undergraduates, right, for this particular application, it's only for foreigners. So and the requirement is actually that you have to be a high school graduate. So for Singapore, it's actually either JC or Polytechnic. So how they verify this is that in one of the required documents is that you have to either submit your A levels or diploma or IB or whatever qualifications you got from your JC, and also your either your polytechnic diploma and transcripts. So these two are very important. So obviously, because if you have decided to study in Korea, the Korean proficiency test is a must, and it depends on the course that you want to apply to. But level 3 is like a bare minimum. Uh, level 4 and level 5 are needed for those courses that might be a bit more difficult. Like for example, nursing. Nursing is very difficult if your Korean proficiency is not enough. And for Department of Global Studies, right, DGS, you need English proficiency level as well. So you will need the English proficiency test results as well. So how it goes about is that during when you apply, you will need to submit your documents. So the documents required are actually below over here, but I'll go to that in a moment. You actually have to mail in your documents if you're still in Singapore. So I recommend DHL because it's much faster and reliable as compared to SingPost. And after you have mailed it to the school, right? Um, they'll actually review your GPA or your like A level results or whatever. And there's this thing like the Jagisoge study plan and also like the personal statement. It will have questions like, oh, why you choose this course, what are your future plans and stuff like that, and also your financial documents. So it will require about like USD 18,000. It's just a proof like, oh, you can afford to spend the time here without working kind of thing, because I think it's just to deter those that want to work here instead of studying, because ultimately this is for study visa, it's not for work visa. So after that, after they have reviewed your documents, there'll be a final stage for interview. So for this interview, it depends on your course as well. Certain courses that are more popular will require the interview. If you're still in Singapore, it will be either via phone or Skype. But for my course, right, I'm actually enrolled under international trade. I think not many people applied for international trade, so I didn't have any interviews. So this last part, right, is actually the required document section. It depends on whether you're a freshman or a transfer. So do go through this list very carefully, because they can reject you if you do not complete or mail in all the required documents. So I think the one that is more important is the application form, study plan, and personal statement, because this one is the one that I spent the most time in, because you actually really go through like, oh, you have to think why you want to apply for the course you want, and why you chose PNU. So for myself, it's just because I like Korea a lot. And for example, in Singapore, there are many Korean companies recently. So through this course and through my experience, if I'm able to enter PNU, it will help me to get into a Korean company. And I think the other one that spends quite a bit of time is this one over here, the transcripts and the certificates. Because right, as you can see here in the side notes, that they should be original copies and should be notarized. So you have to apply to your school, your high school, which is like either your JC or your poly, for an additional copy. For because you will yourself will need an original copy, right? So you need to get the school to your school to send you to prepare the original copy. I was from NYP, Nanyang Poly, so I had to apply online and go to the school on a designated day and time to get the original copy. And because our documents are usually in English in Singapore, so we don't have to translate, but this notarization is very important. So you have to go to a notary public to actually notarize your documents. So for this one, right, because it's both your transcript and your certificates, so it's two documents. So I spent about 300 over Singapore dollars to notarize my documents, and it will also take time. It will take time for you to apply to your school for the extra copies and also to get it notarized as well. I would say if you do it fast enough, it might be about a week. So do take note of that. So there is actually contact information of the school over here, either by telephone or email. I did use the email to email them previously to ask things that I wanted to find out more about. And there's also another site over here, which is their like admissions information department kind of thing. So it's under international students under application guide over here. So when you go in, you'll look like this. And for now, you'll be under the fall semester if you want to apply. For spring semester, like I said previously, it starts in March. In fall, you can actually download the PDF over here. So I've already downloaded it, so it will look something like that. It has like English, Korean, Chinese. So you can just take a look. I'll just skip to the English section. So over here, the English section. So like over here, it will have like the timetable, the schedule. So it starts in April over here. So this one you can just like go through it over. It's even more detailed than the website itself. So it's very important that you keep to the dates because I think they like are very particular about this. And over here on the right is like the courses that you can choose from. So you can like take a look and choose what you want to major in. So there's like it's even more detailed over here, like what I've went through just now about the qualifications and the required documents. So the required documents is very important. So in Singapore, right, like you can see over here the foreign system. For myself, it's under this system, the 13 years section. So it's like 6 years primary school, 4 years secondary for myself, and then 3 years poly. So if your educational background is different, then you just have to like check from over here. Then this file is very important once you download. So do just take a look from over here. So there's also an application fee, which is like Korean won 90K 90,000. So you have to go online to actually apply first before sending in your documents. So there's the instructions here as well. So they actually announce the admitted applications on the site over here. So there's this tab over here, or you can choose it over here, announcements of admitted applicants once the time frame reaches. So yeah, so that's all I wanted to say tell you guys today. So hope you guys found my video informative. Thank you.